After spending like the last 20 minutes or so making this, I think I like the way it sounds. Welcome in everybody to Cadence. I played some of this game beforehand, thanks to today's sponsor. So, basic overview here. We'll go back through it. I was having a ton of fun. So basically, it's a puzzle game. You click the play button, and you have to make the path go all the way to the end. And then this nice little thing right here will tell you a little bit about how you need to like relax and the world's stressful and all that good stuff. These ones you have to have however many things it has on it. That's how many distinct little things have to come and hit it. Very fun little concept for a game though. This one was, I think that. Nope, it wasn't that. This one then? Is this way. Okay. Very fun concept for a game though. On to the next one. I think this was this way. Nope, it was not. It was this way. We can't do that one this way. This way. This way. The combining the music with the puzzle, beautiful choice. Beautiful, beautiful choice. Highly enjoy this. Very relaxing. Very, very fun game. Then you get these ones that have to have the two signals hitting it at one time for it to open. And now the puzzles kind of start getting a little more complicated. Oops, I didn't do that right. There it is. Perfecto. But very, very fun. Very, very fun game. Let's do a few more. And then we'll take a look at some community levels. Because I don't want to spoil the entire game. But I do have to say it is... No, we want to go this way. Okay. And then we need to go this way so it does it again. Perfect. What a super fun concept for I love unique games like this where they come about it in just such a fun way, a unique way. Nope, that was that way. That was that way. Nope. This one maybe. This way? This way. Yep, that's what it was. I love puzzle games because they just really make you think. As y'all can see, I didn't get too much farther than this point because I was just having so much fun playing it, but I didn't want to, this way. But I didn't want to get super far into the game. But I was just having so much fun. I stumbled upon it, and I was just like, man, this is a really fun concept for a game. So we're gonna stop here at level 10 because I don't want to show tons and tons of the game. There is still obviously a huge amount of the game that I did not look at. But let's take a look at some of these community levels. I did play a few of these community levels already. This is one of them. A fun concept for it. You just boop, boop, boop. I think that was all you had to do. Obviously, I haven't gotten far enough in the game to see these items yet. But a fun little game concept. I have no clue what to do with this one. I was looking at this one and like, whoa, that's some crazy stuff going on here. Like, you can click on these and they clearly do stuff, but I don't really know the sequence of how you're supposed to. I mean, I don't even know if you're supposed to mess with stuff like that or just push these buttons in the right order. This one, I'm not 100% sure what you're doing. It looks highly confusing, and I don't have the ability to do it yet. What is this? It's so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Am I missing something? 4 people liked it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting... I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding that one. What about this one? Why am I'm not hearing any audio. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think it's the game glitching. What is this thing? Oh, they just wrote their name. Okay. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't get it. I don't get these. I don't get these. Popcorn sounds fun. Am I supposed to choose the beat? What am I doing here? Okay. Looks like we're getting further into it. Maybe why? Okay. This is more fun. I don't fully understand what's going on right here, but but that's a fun concept. What am I supposed to do? There's one more beat I'm supposed to get down there. Okay. I think I'm gonna beat it here. Okay. Yeah, that was fun, unique. All right. Well, that was an absolute blast. Let's go to the store page. Let's see what's going on with this game. Cadence! Solve problems, make music, feel nourished. Cadence is a minimalist puzzle game about solving circuits to create music. This is not a rhythm game, but a zen music sandbox that rewards curiosity and problem solving. Yes, it does. And it's made with monster love. Let's see. Single player, you got your level editor. Let's see. Came out February 12th, so literally yesterday. It is, if you want to support the creator, $11. Let's see here. Cadence is about the quiet joy of connecting logic with music. Whether you're into puzzles, a creative explorer, an aspiring musician, or simply looking for a calm break from the frenzy of modern life, Cadence is waiting to be discovered. So you got your puzzle mode, you got your sandbox mode. Get first sound in seconds. Cadence includes a fully featured music editor with a limited sandbox to play, whether you're a seasoned composer or seeking inspiration. Yeah, very fun little music editor. I can't wait to see in the future more people creating crazy stuff, and I can't wait to mess with it more myself, because that's that right there. That sandbox is going to be where it's at. So, he was a finalist in the Developer Indie Showcase, the Gamer's Voice nominee, alumni, and whatever these rewards are. I'm not 100% sure. I've never heard of some of them. But that's pretty cool. Got some awards. Yeah, just overall, quite a super fun game. And definitely one worth checking out. Yeah. Can't wait to see y'all's level creations. Please let me know in the comments if you do make some. I'd love to check out what everyone else is doing, because this game is fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of it has to offer. But there's your sneak peek into it. Create. Okay, so we've got some options. We've got some instant, two-way, one-way, song. I guess this is where you can choose all your different notes, your beats per minute. Got different tracks you can do. Okay. Can move the blocks around. How do I add in new blocks? No, here it is. So we'll do... I have no clue what I'm doing here. We'll put one of these here. So we need both the beats to line up onto that. And then, I don't know what the heck that thing is. How do I delete that? Just kidding, I don't know what that is. What about this thing? That looks like a one-way piece. Where's the... Oh, there's the cat. Let me stick the cat here. Not trying to make anything crazy. I'm just more or less just seeing what we got. I don't know what that is. Need to play more of the game, see what's going on. You got buttons and stuff. And then... This is not going to be a hard puzzle by any means. Not trying to be. Just trying to test and see what the capabilities of this is. Just because I'm kind of curious. So that would theoretically be a fully fledged level, right? And we're going to do, I don't know, we're going to do a major A. Okay. Oh, that sounds nice. Maybe a little lower beats per minute. Oh, a little more. We'll switch it down to G. Okay. And we'll do one of them. Do another little offshoot. Okay, and then we'll go back over here. We'll create another little offshoot over here. And then create another little offshoot over here. One more over here. And then we will move the kitty cat down a little bit further. And we will add in a few more little dots. And then we will make the dots go there. Dot go there. And let's see what this sounds like. And then we'll have that feedback into there. This go, whoop, that go up into there. Okay. What's this gonna sound like? We're gonna move the cat more over here. And then we're gonna draw more of these. Why am I not able to draw dots? There we go. Draw you over there. We're gonna do another offshoot over to there. Okay. We're gonna get this going a little bit more. It's a little slow. So we're gonna actually draw from you over to there. And then from you, we're going to have two little offshoots back over there. We're going to do another infinite loop up there. What a fun concept for a game. And then what we will do is move the cat over a little bit more. And then I want to have like a feedback right there, like a feedback there, do a little feedback there, and there. And then we will do two lines here, which, yeah, that should work. What a fun concept. I don't know where people are getting the bass from. This thing, maybe? I'd have to mess around more with it to really have some true fun. Okay, so those won't feed into it. Okay. So we need to have you feed there, you feed there. I wonder what happens if I fed this in early into this area. Because that would just give a little bit more that early. And you'll come back around, join into that. Let's change you to a D. And slow you down just a little bit. It's a little too low. 73. I can add more tracks. How does this work? how do I... Oh! Oh! Now I get to pick on different ones. Okay. So then if I do you, you're still green. You're still the red one. So how do I switch to, like, this picked base? Oh, here we go. Oh, man. It's about to get intense. Okay, so then how do I feed you into there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Love it. And then we want to have another one of those happen here. And then what else do we have again? What's this? What is this track? I don't know what this track is. Let's find out. Let's just throw in a loop of you at the beginning. See what this sounds like. Ooh, sounds kind of nice. And that should be right into the picked bass. Okay. Yes, okay. So then we go back into the green. And we add, I don't want the blue, I want the green. Green. How do I change back into the green? Okay. There we go. Okay. And then we want a little more of the green into an infinite loop. Yes. That's nice. Let me go ahead and plop down a save here. Yeah, that sounds kind of nice. Now let's get this fat stack going. We'll add a few of the fat stacks in here, here, 3 of them over here, infinite loop over here. Then you do the infinite loop. From there, you feed into that. You immediately start into that. You loop into that. And then you also feed one extra node into there. Switch this into a B. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like it. Now, we need to throw a little more bassy bass in there. We'll throw a little of you, and then we'll throw a little of you. And then that feeds you into there. You feed into this infinite loop. Which will then feed an extra node into there. And then after that feeds that extra node into there, we want to feed in to a little bit of you. I really only want that to feed into once. I really don't want it to feed it into it twice. We might delete this one. Okay, that's okay with it looping. I thought that might have messed it up with that looping. Let's do a bit more of that fat stack. Do a few more of the fat stacks over here. A few more of them right there. A few more of them right there. Do a little bit more of that picked base. And then one more loop of you. And that should complete it. Forgot to activate that one. Alright, now let's go into some more of this picked base. With a few more of this picked base. And then we'll add in a little more of a fat stack. And then we will finish it out with just a smidgen more of this. And then this should finish me out now. Okay, and then you go into there. And then you feed into there. And that should finish this out. Man, I could get lost doing this for a while. Yeah, I could get lost doing this for a long time. This is fun. Okay. And then let's do... This might be too much, but I don't think it's going to be. But there's a possibility that this is going to be too much. We want this to hit on every third beat with a repeat on the end. Okay. Okay, that feeds into there, that feeds into there. That's straight out, that's straight out. That's straight out, that's straight out, that's straight out. But you feed back into there, which will actually feed back into a loop of everything. Okay. Yeah. This is either gonna sound really cool or like absolute hot garbage. Okay, here we go. Let's see if that ruined it or if that made it sound good. Yeah, okay, that works. And then we want to do one more thing here at the beginning. And then we're going to be done messing with it. Okay. Okay. And then that feeds straight down the middle and around to here, up to there, around to there, straight off, up, straight off, up. Yeah, that should be right. Yeah, that worked. This is fun. Okay. And then, I'm just kidding, we're gonna add a little more because this is way too much fun. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna go off on a little beat with accompanying little beat with a loop of picked bass with just a small offshoot of that. Oop, didn't mean to create that loop, but you know what? That actually might work. Okay, and then from here, we actually do want to, we don't want to create an infinite loop. We kind of want to create an infinite loop, actually. But we want it to do that. No, we don't want it to do that. We want to do that. Oh, this is exciting. Man, I love games like this. Oh, here it comes. Let's see how this fixes it. That's too much. That's too much.